Give me a concrete numbers for a mid-sized steel mill, say 500,000 tons per year, 30% of it going to EU. What is their annual CBAM liability at the current prices? If you were to just put some figures there. I understand it is very
Couple,
difficult, but roughly.
couple million euros, maybe 10 plus million euros. 2026, if I import 100,000 tons of steel into the EU, if I'm using default values, likely over 10 million euros. If I'm using actual emissions, maybe a couple. Well, again, if I'm using actual emissions, then it could very well. I could have no CBAM costs, but likely, look, it would be in the millions. We have, yeah, it'd be quite substantial.
That's a quite high number. So the only solution that is available right now as part of the financial products is hedging. Is that what you're indicating here?
I mean, there's a few realms really. So, if I look from a structural perspective, how if I'm an Indian company, how I'd want to manage my CBAM exposure, I'd want a multivariate approach. So
Mhm.
obviously, you decarbonize, you hedge, and you lobby. You lobby the Indian government to get in a robust cost of carbon that can be used as an effective cost of carbon under Article 9, getting a rebate. You ask the government to then subsidize your decarbonization. So that goes into point number one. And so while you're doing that, you're also decarbonizing. You're trying to raise funds to, again, decarbonization is really bloody expensive. I mean, we're hundreds of millions of euros to go from BOF to EAF or fuel switch, and you need money to do that. And so that's why, you kind of have to do all this together. You have to go and talk to your government, try and get funding for it, which is successful. I mean, what 3 weeks ago, India announced quite a large CCUS package. I forgot the exact number, maybe 600 million
Yeah, around
dollars.
40,000 crores. That's the number there.
So there are realms that you can look to manage your risk and exposure to CBAM. But broadly speaking, those are the three immediate, reactions to CBAM we're seeing from companies. But most of them take a while. The only one that you can do overnight is hedge. But
Mhm.
the other two, decarbonization and get an effective cost of carbon, is going to take years and years and years and years. And that's where more immediate reactions come in, predominantly hedging in our case. But again, if I look at, if you give me 10 of my clients, I'm going to give you 10 different ways of responding to CBAM. It's very circumstantial to that company.